When my wife heard that her first love came back from abroad, she went to the hospital overnight, aborting our child. Then, even let me take care of her after the operation. I was so angry I just hung up. Results in a twinkling of an eye. I saw my wife pale in the circle of friends. For her first love. Spell wine on the wine table. I just commented below. You are awesome. My wife called me right away. What kind of vinegar are you eating? I did it for your project the day before yesterday. Not even the kids. It bothers me to see you. I'm not going home tonight. After an hour. Her first love made another circle of friends. My wife's leg is on him. The essay is to finally meet at the peak. Sophia didn't come back until after midnight. At that time, I just finished the divorce agreement with the lawyer. Still thinking about the lawyer's question. The lawyer was surprised to hear that I was getting divorced. I was advised to think again. After all these years have come. She asked me directly. James, are you really willing to accept Sophia? Why did you get to this point? In everyone's eyes. I've always been good to Sophia. As a husband. I do my duty. That's why. I'm sure I didn't misunderstand her this time. I didn't tell the lawyer about my betrayal. Such things. The man said it himself. It's always humiliating. And there are so many people in the company. The lawyer will hear from others sooner or later. I just said the sooner the better. The lawyer didn't ask any more. After hanging up, I opened a bottle of red wine. I haven't had a drink yet. The door opened. Sophia smelled of wine. Throw high heels at the door at will. The staggering body suddenly bumped into the shoe cabinet. She crouched on the ground in pain. Look at me bitterly. The skirt wrapped tightly around her hips. The pair of silk stockings you wore before you left home have long been missing. There are also holes in the new silk stockings. Her legs crossed. It seems that there are all kinds of emotions. But it makes me feel extremely sick. Sophia sensed my emotions. Get up from the ground. The smell of wine rushed towards me. Not in front of me yet. Just threw the bag in my face. Said with dissatisfaction. You can't help me when I fall. Do you want me to fall to death? Sophia yelled at me. I found out for the first time that you are such a person. Do I not deserve an apology now? Look at this. It seems that I was the one who went out to drink with other men and open a room today. I looked her in the eye. What do I need to apologize for? I should apologize for not giving you the money for abortion. Or why I didn't see you. Apologizing for David's drinking on the table. Or do you think I should pay for your room tonight? You bastard. Sophia slapped me in the face. Her face turned red. Like I really wronged her. You know I haven't seen him for years. Now it's just a friend. Didn't I help him just for your business partners in the future? Can you stop being so unreasonable? I sneered. I run a company with tens of thousands of people. I need my wife to drink with my first love. Get me a business partner. Or a business partner who just returned from abroad without anything. Don't underestimate people. Sooner or later, he will rise to the top. Sophia's firm attitude seems to be protecting her lover. She argued with me to this point for other men. I don't have to miss it anymore. I nodded softly. Said softly. That's right. He must be promising in the future. I won't drag you down if I'm worthless. Let's get a divorce. Sophia looked at me in surprise. It seems that the word divorce came out of my mouth and made her believe it. She knows very well. My feelings for her are more important than my own life. A touch of sarcasm flashed across the corner of her mouth. James. You're divorcing me for that woman. Before our argument. There was also a heated argument. The cause of the quarrel was my secretary Olivia. Olivia was the secretary she chose for me. A petite and plain girl. She followed me for 3 years. It's nominally helping me with my work. In fact, it's more about handing over work with Sophia. For 3 years. Sophia always praised Olivia as a diligent person. But I don't know why recently. She was suspicious. Always thought I was having an affair with Olivia. She started making things difficult for Olivia. Let a 20-year-old girl work overtime at the company at 3 a.m. Let her take a taxi home alone in the rainstorm. As long as I say this is not good. It's like she's been triggered. I said you had an affair. Otherwise, why don't you care about the rest of the company? Only concerned about Olivia. It's hard for me to explain the injustice in my eyes. Can only comfort her patiently. Again and again, I promised my love for her. Even offered to change Olivia's post. She is not satisfied with any way I handle it. Still paranoid. Day-long speculation. I tried to give her a sense of security. But that's not enough. Because I sent a message to Olivia. Let her print out a contract and put it on my desk. Olivia replied with a good one instead of a good one. She had a big fight with me. I didn't know until today. She wasn't worried about Olivia and me at all. It's all because of David. Sophia stared at me sharply. You can care about your employees. Can't I be nice to my friends? And who changed his mind first? You don't know. I was on fire. She tried to find an excuse for cheating on herself. Not only throw dirty water on me. And slander an innocent girl. Look at her ferocious face. I also want to know when she became like this. About Olivia. I'm exhausted from the explanation. I'll tell her one last time. Even if you make our chat records public. No one will believe we crossed the line. But did you and David go beyond the boundaries of friends? You know that. Sophia suddenly collapsed and cried. Crying. Smashing things at home. The wine bottle broke all over the floor. She stared at me. Like I was the culprit. Roared. You just don't want to see me happy. You just don't want me to feel better. Can't I even have a friend? Am I not paying enough for you? Her eyes danced with tears. Beat me while crying. Say it. I pay more. Or did that woman pay more? She smelled of wine. Gave me a shove. I stumbled and fell to the ground. Broken glass stuck into my palm. Blood gushed out at once. Sophia just stopped. Looking at my injured hand in panic. Shake your head desperately. No. Husband. I didn't mean to. I don't want to hurt you. She wants to get close to me. But the smoke on her body makes me sick. I stepped back unconsciously. Her hair is untidy. Standing on the spot. Touched the tears on his face. I'll take you to the hospital first. We were just about to go out. I saw David standing there. Now he is different from the arrogant man he used to be. He didn't seem to expect to meet me. When you see me, you hide. Sophia said discontentedly. I said. I have nothing to do with him. Don't scare him. My hands are still bleeding. No strength to argue with her. Sophia looks at David with worry. But David hesitated to talk to her. But because I was there. He never said what it was. Blood flowed all over my arm. I began to feel dizzy. Sophia looked at me. Look at the hesitant David again. Not waiting for her to speak. David pulled her wrist. Let me finish with you. Bring you back. I punched David with the other hand. I almost fell down myself. I'm still standing here. Whose hand are you holding? David covered his face. I haven't had time to talk. Sophia has screamed. James. You are crazy. He just has something to tell me. Are you going to hit him? He doesn't even have a family here. Why are you so cruel? I sneered. No relatives. He asked for it. Sophia slapped me. Don't bite like a mad dog. I feel dizzy. Standing unsteadily. Not a word. But what I said is true. The David family went bankrupt because they broke the law. Their family evaded taxes and made money. Killed many innocent workers. Those workers are desperate. One of them is a friend of my grandmother's family. Although the relationship is far away. But after all, they are from the same village. Crying for help. I can't refuse. At that time. My only relative is my uncle. He just let people stay at home for one night. Accused by David's father. Said he wanted to stand out for these people. David's father found a gang of hooligans who are not afraid of death. Beat up my uncle. But my uncle didn't hold on. Died in that scuffle. Just then. I hired the best lawyers. Joined hands with the company's legal team to take David's family to court. This is also the turning point of David's decline. Sophia knows it. But still on David's side. Maybe for Sophia. David, it's so important. Look at Sophia's concern for David. I can't help laughing. My heart was already cold, but I could not help but ache a few times. Sophia is really a good actress. How else can you hide it from me for so many years? Like when she was unlucky and on the street. Say to me after getting drunk. What she hates most is not her parents. It's David. Now I'm sleeping with David. My eyes seem to be covered with a cloth. In the blur, I saw Sophia and David leave. Then. I fell to the ground. When you wake up again. I was lying in the hospital. A strange girl with red and swollen eyes. Sit by the bed with me. See me wake up. She burst into tears again. It's good you're awake. I want to speak. But the throat was too sore to make a sound. She quickly brought me a glass of water. Moisten the throat. I just said something. Did you save me? The girl nodded. I learned from the chat that she just graduated this year. He was suddenly fired after working for a month. I was so unlucky. When I walked, I suddenly fell down. She came over to see my hands bleeding. So I called the police. Follow the ambulance to the hospital. She realized. If I can't get it back. What about her? She looked at me. Okay. You survived. But why did you kill yourself? Commit suicide. I looked at the wound. She might think I cut my wrists myself. I said. Not suicide. It was just scratched by the glass. The girl opened her mouth wide. This is too careless. If you hadn't met me. Maybe he died because he lost too much blood. No one will be around in the future. You hit me and I feel a pang of sadness. If Sophia wasn't there, I will definitely call for help. But I didn't expect. Between David and me. She still chose David. Years of affection. In exchange for such an outcome. I shook my head. Thanks to the girl. Maybe it's because I've been in society too long. I haven't met such a lovely person for a long time. I admit. She is somewhat similar to Sophia in those days. But different. She radiates sunlight from the inside out. When Sophia arrives, the girl and I are talking about her previous work. Sophia is wearing high heels. Say, is this your new love? Before we open our mouth. She pointed at the little girl's nose and yelled. By the way, he called me an asshole. The girl who had just recovered was scared and began to cry again. I roared. It's hard to breathe. Sophia's eyes are red. Voice choking. For a woman you don't know. She was so cruel to me, she was my lifesaver. What are you? I'm your wife. You left me. Run with David. Have you ever thought that we haven't officially divorced yet? Sophia froze. Stammer. That's different. I didn't expect you to faint. I thought you could come to the hospital by yourself. I could have come by myself. But Sophia held on to me. David deliberately delays time. I've been exhausted by them. Sophia. Nothing different. Stop fooling yourself. I propped up the bed. The body moved up a little. Look into her red eyes. From the moment you aborted our baby. We're done. That's not my abortion. I did it for you. Drinking for that project. I am angry with you and Olivia. Whether you know it or not. I gritted my teeth. Don't want to hear her make excuses. And how important that child is to me. She knows, too. I have never had a complete home. When I was born, Mom died. Dad pulled me up alone. He patiently taught me how to be a man. Teach me how to do business. As far as I can remember. Dad is eager to let me grow up. Desperately let me take over everything in the company. He loves me. But every time in his arms, I can feel his pain. He's under 40. But always seems so tired. I want him to rest. So I tried my best. When I take over the company completely. Dad left. There is a letter in his suicide note. Sorry. Son. Your mother and I love you very much. So I think I should take care of you anyway. Bring you up. But I miss your mother so much. Forgive my selfishness. I also wish you happiness in your life. I was alone. But because of my parents. I think home is a very warm place. Sophia said. She will give me a home. Will love me all my life. I held her once. Promise her forever. Now look at her empty ring finger. I found that all the vows were empty words. Even the wedding ring only binds me. I took off my wedding ring. Throw it at her. The ring fell to the ground. The crisp voice hits the heart. Sophia. We're done. Sophia suddenly woke up. Bend down and pick up the wedding ring on the ground. Ask the way. Did you do that? Because of David, he just came back a few days ago. Even if I don't do it well enough. Are you going to end our years of marriage because of these short days? Is it really just a matter of a few days? I looked directly into Sophia's eyes. She didn't dodge. I keep asking. Do you really have no place for him in your heart? Sophia stood there stunned. Her bewildered appearance. It's kind of like it used to be. What else does she want to explain? But I have seen through her mind. What is the problem? Come to this step. I am also reflecting on what I did not do well enough. Sophia is the daughter of the MIA family. More accurately, it is the fake daughter of the MIA family. When she was 20, the real Miss MIA was found. It's too much for her. The MIA family has raised her for 20 years. At an age when she can support herself. So he kicked her out of the house. David, who was originally engaged to Sophia. The fiancée was also changed into a real daughter. David didn't struggle or stay. I didn't even look at Sophia, who was thrown out of the house. I ran into Sophia outside. She asked me to give her a job. At that time, the MIA family was enjoying a lot of scenery. No one dares to hire her. But she does have the ability. I agree with her to work in our company. We work together seamlessly. They also feel that each other is an ideal partner. We came together naturally. Just one night after work. She said there was a steamed stuffed bun that was delicious. I bought one for every flavor. Then break it half to me. I said suddenly there was a warmth of home. She cried. That night. There are no stars in the night sky. No moon. After we were together. She assured me. Has nothing to do with David. Not in the future. When she mentioned David. His eyes were full of resentment. Because of this. I never thought my wife would love David. I don't believe she'll ruin our relationship for him. Years of marriage. Sophia never mentioned David. Even when David and I were tense. She didn't ask. But when I learned that David was coming back. I still feel inexplicably nervous. Wondering how Sophia would react. I didn't expect her to act more insecure than me. During that time. Not only will she find Olivia wrong. And check my phone. Reduce the number of times I eat out with my partners. She was worried about my cheating. I will try my best to give her a sense of security. But I didn't expect that she had a ghost in her heart. When I learned that Sophia had scheduled an abortion. I didn't even know she was pregnant. She had already aborted the child. I thought my father was not good enough. When I happened to browse a dynamic on her social platform. It says that of course I will welcome you home alone. I had to accept Sophia's betrayal. This moment. She stood beside the hospital bed in a menacing manner. Trying to make me feel guilty. But I'm not the one who's been unfaithful to this relationship. Sophia finally realized that my divorce was not a joke. She gripped the ring. Tearful eyes. Geological question. What is our oath? You promised you would always be by my side. You are a liar. You're like the rest of the MIA family. All liars. Sophia's cry attracted the attention of others. But they just glanced at it. No one really walked into the ward. In the past. See her like this. I'm sure I'll be heartbroken. But now I just find her disgusting. She got out of another man's bed. And came to question me. Does our commitment count? Sophia. You cheated. What do you have to cry about? I am disgusted with her poor behavior. Although I did promise to be with her forever. Never leave or abandon. I love her. I don't even expect her to return my equal love. But she can't ruin my heart like this. The mobile phone vibrates constantly. It's a PPT from Olivia. I thought it was a working paper. Click to open. But found evidence of the relationship between Sophia and David during our marriage. I felt a fit of suffocation. I thought they only started recently. I hold up my cell phone. Say to Sophia. Sophia. What else do you have to say? Am I not good enough for you? I always treat you as a treasure. You did this to me. Sign the divorce agreement now. Let's not contact again. Sophia stared at me. Then I saw the evidence that she lived with David every time she traveled abroad on her mobile phone. I said with a wry smile. I am busy with my work. Let you take the money to relax. And you. You lied to me like that. Why do you expect me to keep my promise? This is fake. This is slander. Sophia is still talking hard. I see. Your company succeeded. Don't need me anymore. To say that. Sophia said, gnashing her teeth. James. Without me. You'll regret it. With the sound of high heels fading away. I closed my eyes. Feel exhausted. As if I had finished my life. After marriage. I don't want her to work too hard. So what she didn't want to do. I would never impose it on her. She always stressed that it was because of the interests of the company. To sacrifice our children. But the person she drank with that day had nothing to do with the company. But after the abortion. Despite the doctor's warning. Drink with David again. That time. Surrounded by business leaders. She was out in my name. Paved the way for David's return. But she never thought. She can drink with those big guys. It's also because of me. I was a little calm. Open your eyes again. Peace has returned to the ward. The little girl beside me was stunned. Open your mouth in surprise. I said. Sorry. Let you see the joke. The little girl quickly shook her head. No. I don't think it's a joke. What's your name? My name is Charlotte. Charlotte. This name really suits you. We smiled at each other. I said. Thank you for saving me. You are very kind. At this time, Olivia knocked on the door. Say, boss. I'm late. Olivia and I discussed some urgent work. In the meantime, Charlotte's eyes remained on Olivia. After Olivia left, Charlotte said, Olivia is the person she dreams of becoming. But she didn't know that Olivia was leaving. I tried to stay. I also apologized. But the damage to Olivia has been done. Olivia's last job before leaving. I arranged a job for Charlotte in the company. After, I went through the discharge formalities alone. Back home, Sophia is not here. I put down the medicine prescribed by the doctor. I went to my parents' cemetery. They were buried together in a grave. On the tombstone is their wedding photo. The two embraced and laughed. I stroked the photo. Can't help thinking. If they're still there, maybe I can feel the warmth of home. Not so morbidly eager. I sat down against the tombstone. Noticed that someone just put the flowers there. Maybe seeing me find flowers. The little girl hiding behind the tombstone put her head out carefully. Charlotte came out. Tell me. James. I know you. I have your picture at home. That's why I saved you. She said. It was her father who asked her to visit the couple's grave often. Charlotte's father was my father's driver. Charlotte's father was a mute. But my father said he was good enough to drive. Learned about Charlotte's father's financial difficulties. Father gives Charlotte's father $30,000 a month. But before my father died, Charlotte's father resigned. I heard he opened a small shop with his wife. Charlotte told me. Their shop is doing well. Now life is very happy. It's just that Dad has always regretted not being able to express his gratitude to my family. James. You have been kind to us before. And now he gave me a job. Thank you very much. Don't say that again. You saved my life. I told her. Charlotte smiled. Then asked curiously. James. Are your parents very affectionate? Right. Maybe it's because their feelings are so deep. That's why I yearn so much. Eager to have a warm family. But I really failed in business. Not only did not get happiness. Even the company was messed up by Sophia. When I was taking Charlotte to the company called. Said a partner wanted to cancel the contract. She and I are only 6 years apart. But it feels like a lifetime apart. Maybe it's because life's too stressful. I haven't had time to sigh. The mobile phone has received a new termination notice. Sophia's intention is obvious. She wanted me to realize her importance. And the impact of her departure. This is typical of businessmen. Feelings may not be the core. But the interest is definitely from the moment Sophia did it. Which means that she and I have parted ways. Recently, I have been busy dealing with the urgent affairs of the company. Sophia is at various cocktail parties every day. Strive for more benefits for David. Late at night, I got a strange call. It was Sophia. James. I miss you so much. Did she call to make me feel bad? Just as I was about to hang up, she added. Can we go back to the past? As long as you don't mention divorce. I promise not to drink for him again. Are you sad these days, too? I know you want me back. I'll give you this chance. You're just jealous. Right. I won't make you jealous anymore. Shall we start over? Not good. Sophia's words disgusted me. In order to avoid her further entanglement, I made it clear. Since I don't love anymore. Just split up. Don't make it too ugly. Even the last love is ruined. She smiled across the phone. Say, that's the attitude. Are you not afraid that David and I will work together to bring down your company? Of course not. You're just helping me kick out those disloyal partners. I am not busy every day cleaning up the so-called mess. It's rebuilding relationships. Sophia. You may not know. Now there are a lot of people competing to cooperate with me. Just when I thought that the external cooperation relationship of the company could be changed through this opportunity. Sophia stopped suddenly. The company couldn't find her next plan. She seemed to disappear suddenly. But based on what I know about Sophia, she's not the kind of person to give up easily. Unless she realizes something. Realize that this is not what she really wants. Sophia is an elusive woman. We have been together for so many years. Because I gave her enough freedom. Support her to fly higher. David can't do that. So is that why Sophia came to me? Sophia suddenly appeared at my door, carrying a bag of corn. Water drops are still hanging on the plastic bag. She asked me, "Would you like to try it?" When I passed her, didn't even look, closed the door directly. I leaned against the door. The originally calm heart. All of a sudden, he was pounding. I squatted on the ground feebly. Look up. A bright moon hung outside the window. Back when we held hands. The company is still in its infancy. It is the critical period of development. Busy every day. It seems that eating is just to maintain life. The convenience store under the office building. She always chews a corn while walking. We were leaning back against the desk in the office. The moon hangs high in the sky. And the upstairs is full of silhouettes of overtime. Sophia asked me, "You start a business just for money?" What? Not all. And dreams. There was a twinkle of stars in her eyes. Although there were no stars in the sky that night. Sophia said, "Me too." So we agreed. No matter what the future holds. Cannot forget the original intention. She took my hand. I kissed her on my own initiative. We work hard. To make our life meaningful. And your existence makes my life full of meaning. Her sincerity touched me. I really want to. Now think back. I even began to doubt the truth of that sentence. After a long time. I pushed the door open. Found her waiting downstairs for a long time. The corn has cooled thoroughly. I no longer have an appetite. I want to ask her. Since you love me, why did you do such a thing? But when it comes to words. And felt it was no longer important. When will you sign the divorce agreement? I'll have someone pick it up. Sophia suddenly burst into tears. James. Do we really have no future? It's my fault. I realized my mistake. Can you forgive me? Just this time. I was wrong. Talk to her. I feel a little hard to breathe. Before marriage. We agreed. Cheating is an insurmountable bottom line. There are tears in her eyes. I won't sign it. As long as I don't sign. You are still my legal husband. Suit yourself. From beginning to end. I never seemed to really know Sophia. Sophia is willing to continue. But David can't wait. David came back with a plan. He can't come back to work. There is only one way to start a business. It worked. He was able to lead the David family back to life and failed. He has no way out. Not only did he find Sophia to dig into the corner of my company. Also contacted some factories and teams in advance. As a returning business genius, he is ready to make a big show in China. Only if the momentum is big enough. To attract more investment. David himself frequently appears in various social occasions. Of course, those occasions also invited me. I sent an assistant. Mainly to see who David is going to win over. The assistant reported. There are not many people he can really talk to. But everyone invested some money. David's company has everything. But I didn't expect that at the critical moment. Something went wrong with Sophia. She didn't give David the core information of our company and the planning of the new project. Due to the lack of these materials. David can only wait for nothing. This delay in progress has caused dissatisfaction from other shareholders. There seems to be something wrong with their communication. Now David has found me. This is the first face-to-face conversation between David and me. When I sent his father to prison. He stared at me like a wolf. But now. He's more like a homeless dog. He rushed directly to my company and made a scene. Security guards stopped him. Don't let him in. He was shouting outside. James. Come out when you have seed. I thought he had confidence this time. But after meeting. His attitude immediately softened. Sophia and I really love each other. Why do you have to intervene? You don't know. The baby in her belly is actually mine. Calculate the time. She was with me all that time. By the way. She didn't tell you how old the baby is, did she? I punched him in the face. He just wanted to fight back. It was stopped by the security guard nearby. You seduce other people's wives. How dare you be so arrogant? I held his face. Hit him in the face. How dare you hit me? Sophia will see. What will she think of you? I just said something to Sophia, I regret it. She went to my bed. She doesn't have you in her heart. Everyone in the company focused on me. But I don't care anymore. For such a woman. Not worth my heartbreak. I smiled scornfully. Did you hear that? You are the true love. I smiled at Sophia. David turns around. Sophia slapped her again. Sophia explains to me. This is not the case. I was just confused. I would die. willing to atone in the next life. David was stunned. Sophia. Why are you telling him this? He is a cold-blooded killer. Have you forgotten how cruel he is? Do you think he has mercy on you now? He thought you were useful when he was with you. I promise you. I will make a lot of money. Give you a better life. Give you all my love. David's words almost moved me. Sophia just asked me with trembling lips. Do we really have no way back? Seriously. I don't want anything that people have touched. Just give him what you have in your hand. Once you give it to him, I will call the police immediately. David was so happy. He can't tell right from wrong now. I will show him the consequences. But Sophia didn't give it to David after all. Not only that. She didn't even leave with David that day. Because of Sophia's delay. David's company almost collapsed before it started. David is as anxious as an ant on a hot pot. Not looking for Sophia. Is arguing with Sophia. David even came to me in a low voice. I kicked him out. A third party has the face to ask me this. Sophia fainted at home a week after missing. The doctor called me. I am still her husband in name. The doctor said she was in a hurry to have a miscarriage and went drinking again. I hurt my body long ago. Organ failure. Time to live is running out. Except for being called by the doctor on the first day. I never went to the hospital again. Sophia wants to see me. I didn't promise. She called me. Send a message. Seems to be confessing. Also recalling the past. David often visits her. At first, I coaxed her to find the best doctor in foreign countries. Then it became a threat. If you don't, no one will collect her body. Sophia is still stubborn. No one knows what she's sticking to. She came to the company to see me the day she was forcibly discharged. I just heard that I was instructing Charlotte on how to handle the work. She stood still. Tell me. Even if I die. I am your wife, too. I nodded. More disgusting than anyone else. Yeah. No divorce. You can't give me a penny. Sophia smiled bitterly. Is that all we have left? I said coldly that it has something to do with you. I feel sick. Sophia nodded slightly. Seems to accept this fact. I really owe you this. That night, Sophia arranged a reception. After 3 rounds of wine. Let the partners who originally planned to invest in David leave one after another. That's what Sophia is capable of. And her greatest strength. When she invited you, she will show all the benefits when she rejects you. She can make you sick. With the withdrawal of investors, David was saddled with huge debts overnight. Recovered by various debts. David asked Sophia why she did it. Sophia only replied to him. I don't want to go this far. But the situation is beyond my control. This is when Sophia was driven out of her home and turned to David for help. What David said to her. Now Sophia has responded back in the same words. Sophia collected a lot of evidence that David ran the company illegally. Personally sent him to prison. David looked at her pale face in despair. Shouted again and again. Madman. The day David was sentenced. Sophia called me. Ask me. Have you calmed down? You should ask yourself. I answered Sophia. Do you love him or hate him? I love you. Sophia finished the sentence. There was silence on the other end of the phone. Sophia is a stubborn person. Be competitive in any field. I know David is an insurmountable barrier in her heart. But does Sophia want to conquer David or revenge David? She may not know. David let her down because he said that he would make a lot of money from this project. Sophia is not a pure businessman. At work, she is still the person who accompanied me to start my business. But it's not that man anymore. Charlotte became my new secretary. She wore something similar to Olivia. But I don't have the look in my eyes when I looked at Olivia. She knocked at the door. Ask me. Is the meeting scheduled for 3 p.m.? Don't schedule any meetings today. Sophia died. I have to go to her funeral. There were not many people at the funeral. I stared at her face. No love in my heart. No hate.